to read the chat and stuff. What's up, guys? We're live.
We're live?
Yep. Let me just slide
Taylor,
by
you be able to
here.
sit down the whole time?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit down. I'm just figuring out how we're gonna like watch the chat and make sure everything's.
This is all new to us, people. But this is the beautiful, you know, we may want to just even be like,
Yeah.
look at this, man. Check it out.
We are enjoying the perks of being at Sunset Marina this year. Let me tell you, folks. Let us know too if the audio clarity. There's a little wind, but you guys are behind the windshield there, the isinglass. So hopefully the wind's blocked and you can hear us good. I'm gonna pull it up and double check.
Guys are behind the isinglass. Hear that?
Yep, you are. What's up? Say what's up to Kern.
Kern, Pure Lore. Pure Lore's son. For Brendan from Pure Lore's son.
And my good close friend.
Just hanging on the
Before
bad habit
fishing.
with the crew.
Down here. Gonna get out for some tuna with us here soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're definitely doing that.
Maybe Friday, but the weather's iffy right now. We gotta see how rough it's gonna be.
Is that the chat?
I'm trying to get linked up here
That's what I was
now,
about to
yep.
say.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah, that will be here. I could probably pull it up on my phone too in the meantime. So I'm not connected to internet. Yeah, let me sit down and
We'll sit down and chillax.
chillax in here.
We're posted up.
Boats, we're catching again today, right?
Oh,
I mean,
crushing them.
We could start
Posted
off
up
with
on
that.
the Sea Hunter.
Taylor, you might want to move it to the right a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you that.
Like barely.
We could just go up on the
This
dock
way?
too, dude.
Yeah, well, we'll change it up in a little bit. Let's
We'll
see
change
how.
it up.
Maybe a little more. That should be good.
I guess it doesn't really matter. We can do whatever we want. It's live. It's
Yeah,
our
it's
live.
live,
Yeah, I doubt
exactly.
anyone's gonna-
We're always
You
been.
see any chats coming up on there or no?
Not yet. It's strictly video. Here, I'll message on my
Do you
phone.
guys think this is why farmers wear their hats like this? Because it actually protects
Probably.
the most amount of sun. Jim Bugg! There's Jim Bugg. Look, we gotta put. Let's get Jim Bugg live.
Here.
We gotta go up on the dock. Jim Bugg's here.
Legendary Jim Bugg.
Let's get him. He's here.
Let's do it this way.
I didn't get an alert. I didn't get an alert.
No? Well, it says 2 minutes. We've got 11
That's
viewers.
That, like pink and white
Miss
seaweed.
Anna and Mr.
pink
Jim
seaweed
Bugg here.
Smoked this
So
year.
yeah, we're live.
Anna,
What's it?
I'm not
Jim
seeing
Bugg,
it.
Well,
crew, the EDOC crew.
I'm seeing it
This
on
is
YouTube.
amazing.
You guys are
See it?
Brennan's son.
Are you live on YouTube?
Yeah,
Not
YouTube.
Instagram?
Not Instagram, yep.
YouTube?
YouTube, yep. What's up, guys? The only thing I need to figure out is the chat.
We don't even
Do
know.
you get one?
Oh, there's the
on
chat.
YouTube?
All right, no, not Outer Banks. We're in Ocean City. Yeah, I
I've
mean,
never really like.
there's 15 people in here.
Check your boat out.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, you should go check it out. Check it out.
She's purty.
Dave Gladden. All right, so audio's good, video's good. It's working for everybody. It says we got 26
Exactly. I know
people
that.
in here.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
up, chat?
Pass
Tell you
by.
what.
All right, so what are these guys talking about up here?
We didn't
The
go.
boat.
The
What'd you
boat,
say,
is
Jeff?
it looking
This
good?
clock stunk today, like terrible. Like all the
Beautiful.
blood was. Oh my god, it's gross.
So you cleaned her out.
Yeah, I cleaned her out. We're on the we're the EDOC clan here.
Yeah, this is the EDOC.
Jim Bugg asked what
Lineup.
he sees a lot of
Magic
redheads.
moment.
Magic moment, Jim Bugg.
EDOC USA.
He's
He's
the
the
mayor.
president, yeah, the mayor of EDOC.
I take orders. I'm like, Sergeant, I'm going.
I don't know
Tell
if
us
your
when to
audience
go.
knows how hilarious this guy is. The snaps are.
Oh, yeah.
You know how much I love them.
I think you
Oh, no,
guys
no,
are starting to
that's all
catch on
I'm
now.
They need to know how fun
They're
you
catching on
It's
now.
like putting pressure on the stand-up comedian saying,
I was
oh, you're gonna
just
love
gonna
this
say,
guy, how
if-
funny he is.
are. If this fails, you know, you gotta.
I'm gonna
good
go do
job.
stand-up.
Exactly.
Taylor, we got any comments? Tell me what's good.
A few, but you know, just people saying hi. Someone said, "Is this
Is
the Outer
anyone
Banks?"
asking-
We're at Sunset Marina, live from Ocean City,
Man,
Maryland.
it's worth 50 viewers.
Live in what is
No,
it?
there's
Yeah,
25
live in-
people.
Saturday night. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Live Wednesday night, always been.
Live from New York. It's Saturday night. No, live from Ocean City. It's EDOC
It's
USA.
Wednesday night.
Here, I'm gonna.
We're gonna hit it. We're gonna get it.
We're gonna talk about the fishing here
You guys got your
soon.
limit the other day. That was awesome.
Yes, it was.
Or yesterday. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Set this up.
Every
It was
time.
good, man.
Was it? Tell me
Yeah.
about it. What was?
Just consistent bites all day.
Okay.
We had singles all morning, just single bites. Then we started getting some double bites. And then we started getting some more. Then I was like, we had like, I think 8 fish in the box. And I was like, we just got to get covered up one time. And I'm like, let's get covered up one time, get our limit. And I swear to God, like the next pass, we got smoked.
That's all you had to say, huh?
Yeah, we got smoked.
Awesome.
And they were all nice fish. We had 4 fish on the last 4, and we killed 4.
Nice.
We had probably, you know,
The one trip I
13,
missed,
14
they get a limit.
fish
That's
on
how it
all
always
day.
goes.
You know, we had a lot of bites, man.
Never fails.
But it's just outside, you know, the 800. You got the 800. Then there's like that next little notch outside the
That's
800.
where we were.
Yeah.
Saturday
Or you?
till the end when we went over to the big eye hole
When was the
and
end
hooked the
though?
monster hammerhead.
I know. I heard about that.
It was the next
It was
day.
a
Monster
bad, not a
hammerhead?
happy ending.
Oh man.
Jim, I
Yeah.
was hoping you'd get a big eye. That sucks, man. I had that happen to me last year. I hooked a freaking shark, and we were all
I
like,
remember that.
dude, it sucks, man.
We have caught, and we were figuring that mostly in the Mid-Atlantic. On the last day, we hooked a porpoise and fought it for 3 hours till we figured out what it was. It was one of those white Rosa porpoises or whatever.
Uh-huh.
We hooked, first year in Mid-Atlantic we hooked a sea turtle in 12-foot seas right next to real chaos. Thought we had the big eye on. It was a sea turtle.
That's crazy.
Everything you
And
don't
then
want.
last year, the last day of Mid-Atlantic, we hooked the manta ray right in the big eye
I
hole
remember
and
that,
fought
yeah.
it for an hour and a half before
Yep.
we figured it out.
We were chunky
That's
last year in
crazy.
the whale hole. We hooked the pilot whale in the lip, too. I mean, I was shocked. He got it right next to the boat, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I guess just try to pull it out of its mouth. And like we tried to like get it out, and he just started flipping out. And goes, ping.
But he was cooperating.
He was
trying to, like, help
cooperating,
him
yeah.
First, yeah.
I mean, that was like. Remember, you ever seen that video of the plane hitting the outrigger, flying by, and the line going off?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's
It was
like-
like a plane
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
buzz a
yeah.
boat, and it catches
Oh,
the
really?
long rigger
It
line
gets
in the
pulled
wing.
like 3 seconds, not even 3 seconds.
It's close,
It made
close.
like that noise. It was like.
How long were you fighting the shark?
About 45 minutes till we figured out it was a shark. And
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
that's the end of it.
That sucks.
Big Vince, what's up?
What do you guys
And
do?
then Austin
Norma.
texted and said it's
think
really
Friday and
shitty.
Saturday. When? That day?
Yeah,
This
Saturday night. We were gonna fish till dark. Saturday, Austin texts me and he goes, "I'm 25 out and I'm down to
nasty.
20 knots and it's blowing 25 out of the northeast."
Damn.
So we picked up and started running, and
I've had luck with the days I've
we
gone.
we made it to about 40 miles out, and then it was blowing, and then it just got worse and worse and worse.
Really?
We got in at 10:30.
I saw Jim Bugg, he got a video he coming in. I was like, what the hell is Jim Bugg doing? I was like, that was late.
Worst plan ever.
That was late.
Michael Arma says, "Hey guys, early on, do ballyhoo or side trackers work best on bluefin?"
For early?
You mean early, as in like spring or like winter,
I'm not sure what
like
he means.
February
I
or
mean-
something, or March, April? A ballyhoo, I would say, over a side tracker
Yeah,
always
I
works
think
better for
ballyhoos,
bluefin.
Ballyhoo's probably.
They have hit side trackers before, but I think meat's always the way to go with
that
bluefin.
in December, like they started smoking those side trackers. Remember?
Yeah, that was crazy. But I feel like
They were those big ones too.
traditionally, meat's
We got
way
one on
to
the
go.
boat. We already had the over, and Alex is like, I had Alex that day, and he was like, we had another one on the side tracker. Get it next to the boat, and I'm like, is that an over or an under? And he's like, oh, it's an under. And I go over the side. It's like a 200-pound fish. I'm like, dude, that's not an under. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was
I love
that was a
you guys
nice
are doing
one.
this. This literally, when our electricity went out that night, saved my night watching you guys doing your.
Oh, that was a
Well,
blast. That
yeah,
like
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah,
that was
seriously, I
Taylor was
appreciate it.
Taylor was
I love
geeking
it.
me out that night. I was like, it's so
Yeah.
the comedy's so easy, you know. It's like
We had one too many gummies that night, and I was geeking out. It was funny though, and sometimes it's just so funny in the chat because like you can't. It's a little bit delayed, and I can't keep up with all of them. And you know, some of the stuff is so random. That's
Is
what I
Dennis
was
in there?
laughing at. Like, no, I'm waiting for Dennis to pop in, but remember we're early. He's probably at the gym.
Are you using Starlink now? Here?
yeah.
Yeah,
This.
for now, for this.
I don't know. Have you tried using yours?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep, in the spring.
You-
Sounds
Oh, yeah,
good,
so I'm
Michael.
gonna say, I'd be
17
shocked
people
if
in
you were
here.
able
I
to
think a
stay
lot of people
live
pull it
the,
up on their TV.
Yeah,
Sunset Marina
no.
can.
Yeah, we have the Starlink.
Wi-Fi.
I just wondered, it's not expensive, right, to do it here like this?
Say what's up
I
in
don't
the
think it's
chat,
that
guys.
bad.
It's inshore, right? It's
That
not.
I don't know. I
I
don't know.
don't think it is in
I don't
shore.
think it
Depends
is
what
either.
is considered streaming or not, you know?
Right.
Well, we're definitely
This is
streaming,
streaming.
but I think
Well-
inshore it's better than when we're in the canyon
I think it is
streaming.
too. It's gotta be.
But
You'll find out at the end of the month.
yeah, right. That's the thing. But I think a lot of people tune in on TVs, so they don't have a keyboard, or even on, well, iPad or iPhone will pull up on the screen, but on your TV, even a smart TV, for whatever reason, when you watch the live stream, the keyboard and chat doesn't show or pull up. So the people in their living room watching it, they don't see the chat.
I was just saying, speaking Japanese to me.
Or like if you were at your house on your smart TV and you went to the YouTube app, it would show on your homepage, Always Bent's Live, and you could click and watch right now.
Okay.
But you're not going to see the people
On
live
YouTube
chatting.
TV.
Yeah, on YouTube TV. But you're not going to see the people live chatting, and you don't have a keyboard hooked up to your TV, so you can't participate in the live chat. So I think that's why sometimes there's like 26
Dude, you
people, but
lost
the
me
chat's
like 5
dead.
minutes ago.
So wait, YouTube TV, and then
You're listening?
it's a
I'm glad.
yeah, a little bit. I mean, I am
Just-
listening, but it's
If you're not on a tablet,
I always
computer,
listen.
if you're not on a phone, tablet, or computer, you don't have a keyboard. You know what I mean? If you're on a TV, how could you type? You don't have a keyboard.
True.
So you can't participate in the live chat.
Still, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
Any big eyes yet? People have called them. We haven't got ours yet, but
There's the yellowfin.
they're
was
definitely
thick, man.
around.
I was marking them yesterday really, really good under those yellowfins.
yeah,
really good.
And the yellowfin are still chewing, like we were talking about. Restless Lady got a limit. Our member,
I don't know,
Chase,
like,
Chasing
it's like
Tides,
kinda
limited
like who
out.
didn't get a limit today.
Oh, there were some boats that chose not to get a limit. DMG,
Really? Well, yeah,
yo.
I mean that was their choice though. I mean it was the
Right,
fishing was
they
good
left
enough
'cause
to
they had
get one,
enough. Exactly. That was like one of our other members had 10 today. It was a good day for the members. Chase got his limit. He was 11 for 20 at noon, worked south right to our numbers the members had, and he got his limit by 2 o'clock.
Really?
Finished it.
Yeah, I didn't
Yep.
hear that, but I knew I knew he was on them.
He was on them.
Jeffro, is that comfy?
Stacked
Yeah,
up
my
out
neck's
there.
like
I was
it's
gonna say,
so
yeah.
good.
We got
for
the
my
bean
neck.
bag.
That's it?
Oh my
I was just
God,
about to
like-
pass him a bean
Yeah, we
bag.
got them.
Like this, like
We
gets
need to
this spot on
actually
my neck
scrub
that I've
those
been trying
bean
to get
bags.
forever.
They got a little dirty.
I was
Sounds like.
begging for a bean bag on Barbie's boat the other day. I'm like,
Amanda
"God."
K,
Why?
DMG, what's up?
Because I didn't,
All right, let's take you guys on a
I was
little
just-
walk.
Sound
on
all
the
that
floor.
soft.
I did. Yeah, I did. Well, it was
You
kind of rough on the way
you were
back.
like mummified.
Their boat's comfortable though.
Yeah, it was. But
I was
I,
This is the only other sea hunter on E-Dock.
He's alive.
Kind of like ours, a little different.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Jim Bugg's got the
when I,
scooter.
went
There's
over to
Karen.
Dolphins
That's the
and
old
the
instigator down there. Thing's huge. Those boys did pretty good in tunas and
really?
TRs.
Hadn't been out in a
You know,
minute.
like
We had out
because
that
And
day.
there's our rig.
for 3 o'clock,
The bad habit.
comes in at like 2:55.
Gotta stay up.
I hadn't. I don't feel bad about it because I hadn't been out in a while. Okay, can I
What's
check
up,
it out, Jen?
guys?
What?
Can I check your boat
Yeah.
out?
Okay.
Check it out.
Check her out. There's a little chip.
See, we get any body comment anything?
Yeah, people saying, yo, what's up, boat tour? All right, Dave Glad, you want a boat tour? I can follow Anna around. Yeah, I mean, you want the boat tour, Dave, as if you haven't spent enough time on the boat. So yeah, you can see here, it's a beautiful helm setup. Seating, steering, throttles. Plenty of seating in the bow,
I went through
and plenty of room for casting. And we're across from this D-dock. I love that. I think it's a Rabovich with that gold accents. Some nice boats over there. And then you got old E-dock here. The real senders. Yeah. But yeah, boat's sick though. There's forward seating, cup holders, rod holders, huge gunnels. Like you can see, I walk around them easily. Even in the ocean when it's not too rough, you can manage it. And we were cleaning out the fish box and the bilge, but
he was in there for like 2.5 hours.
everything's cleaned up and ready for the next mission, man. We are ready to rock.
Taylor, you remember
Turn the
that?
battery switch
What's
off.
that?
Remember when I got stuck in the cab on the way back from the Wilmington?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I forgot about that. But yeah, you were like, it was flat calm. I mean, like
I
glass
finally, like,
calm,
disconnected
full
all the shit
moon.
or
Here,
something.
That's what I told him. I said, why do you turn the battery
We were
off and pull
bumping.
some
That's what I
plugs or
did. I did.
That's
I
what he
fucking
did.
Turned the shit off.
Eventually, he cut one of the switches, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" And then I heard him like banging, "Let me out of here!" But like me and Willie were just cruising. It was like 1 a.m. and it was slick calm. So I had the autopilot on, just like
Music
going
was
pretty
blasting,
fast,
yeah.
music blasting. Like we were chilling hard, and I did not hear him at all. But eventually, we found you and got you
That
out.
happened on.
Oh yeah, Neil and
Remo's
your
boat.
bat in your head.
Yeah.
Neil on my boat, Neil Ireland.
Yeah,
one of my
yeah,
mates.
yeah.
So White Marlin Open a couple years ago. He had to go swimming to get some line off the prop, and went swimming, and he obviously inhaled some water that he shouldn't have. So the next day he's feeling like shit. And he keeps going down, using the bathroom, whatever. So it's hot as shit. It's flat calm, no fish. We're cruising along and playing music. He goes down the cabin, and nobody really paid attention to him. He's just gone for a while. So I even said to somebody, like, is Neil up in the tower all this time? They're like, no, he's not in the tower. And so I go down to get a sandwich, and I hear this really hoarse.
Just so you know, he exaggerates
in my
stories.
head, no, you asked Neil. There's a gap in the door on top of the head.
Yeah.
He went in there, and the handle broke off inside, and he couldn't get out. And he was banging and screaming as loud as he could for like 2 hours.
Oh my God.
And there's no air in there when he's in there, and he's dying. And I walk in there, I hear, help. I look up, and there's these fingers like wiggling on top of the door. I'm like, that's the door, yeah. And he's like, oh my God.
That bad.
Dude,
But he was sick,
I was sweating that night.
he got a parasite in him. We had to take him right to the hospital when he got in.
really?
He ended up having
that's right.
surgery the next day.
I forgot about that.
That's the last day of
He
the
was
cruise.
messed up. How'd he get the parasite?
Sucking water, trying to get some line off our props.
Really?
Yeah,
Where, at the marina?
Don't swim in this marina.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I thought.
No, thank you. I don't want to swim in the marina.
I thought Susie goes, oh, here's the lines of the prop. And he starts reeling it up, and I cut it off. We
Both
trimmed
at
it
the
up.
same time.
Thank
Yep.
God I trimmed it up, and it just like came around the motor. It wasn't in it. I don't know how I didn't get it in the motor. Because that's how I've lost my lower units on this.
Yeah, he bust a seal.
It scares me now. Like,
I don't even need the
I
white
used to
cord.
like be like, oh, just wrap it up in there. With my other boat, little skiff, I've wrapped that thing up 100 times, never blown a seal, you know? But this got, I mean, a lot of different boat, you know? I don't know, probably why.
How new is this boat to you, Jeff? When did you?
2 years ago.
2 years. Okay.
This is the second season. So, second season. Yeah, I love, what's that noise?
I don't know. I hear it over there.
Sounds like some creek. It's a weird.
Sounds like an outboard without water.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's what it is. I thought it was a boat.
Jim Bugg called it.
He did.
He knows it.
About to blow up their water pump.
No, that's from my book bag.
Are you rolling, Craig?
No,
Not
he's just
this
bringing me
side.
this power bank thing.
Yeah, that's the same boat as mine. That sea under there, and that 37 too.
This is the one for my iPad,
Isn't that
actually.
37?
Well, I don't know.
He said.
I never get
I
this
think
far
it is
down
a
either.
37.
I literally don't either unless I'm like,
Oh, well, welcome to the north
That's,
end.
Kevin Parker's boat, right?
I don't know. I've met him. He's nice. I've talked to him.
Yeah,
Like, I haven't
he's
been
actually
here, but
fishing with me. I only know him from the dock here.
I bet the instigator guys. They're up and down here all the
Yeah.
time.
They're big dudes, huh?
Yeah.
huge, man.
They did pretty good in tunas and tiaras.
Yeah, they did, right?
They don't look like they.
Yeah, I
move
think they
around,
got
you know?
I was
second.
wondering how they wipe their buttholes.
Yeah, right? I don't know if
okay
they can
for you
reach it.
I mean, I guess I don't think anyone cares. I mean, I would be like, they're ripped. I mean, I would give it to them. You know.
No,
like,
they
I'd
look
tell
great.
them-
They work hard.
Oh, dude,
You
yeah,
can
they're
tell
jacked.
You'd raise your point.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I'd offer like a branch.
It is a sick boat, though. Yeah.
It's like when we were getting fuel, I was checking it out.
I wonder how much it is.
I don't know if he ever sold the other one.
Really? They had another one?
Yeah, they had a
Yeah, it was-
62 Hatteras or
Okay.
66
Back in
Hatteras.
this
Is it enclosed like that?
Yeah.
I think I do know what you're talking about.
When was that? How new is this boat?
This is their second year on that boat.
That thing is big.
Yeah, I know. That anchor sticks out another 2 feet for me to get around.
It's huge.
I want to go look at it. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you remember when you lost the motor and almost hit Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Do you hear that story, Taylor?
No,
He
let's
lost the
hear
motor. He
it.
was coming in. It was windy as fuck during White Marlin Open, and like Brendan
I
had to
didn't
like.
lose them, but the transmission shift cable broke.
Oh.
So I was stuck in gear
Oh.
going at him.
Got you. That's even worse.
Mm. Oh
So
my gosh.
And he was sitting right on the back smoking a cigar.
I
and
remember.
I shut the one engine off and hit the other one in reverse, and I like spun right up beside him.
I remember.
And he's like looking at me, so.
And you
Oh,
That's
Brendan
too
had to-
funny.
Brendan
And a
had to
couple,
hook you up
2
or
years
something like
later,
this.
Anna was in her bikini on my Pathfinder. And we come through, she loves Michael Jordan, so
Mm.
we went by to get
doesn't?
something off my boat, and he wasn't out back, but I think his crew went in and said, "Hey, come check this girl out when she comes back." So we come back. I said, "Anna, this is your chance to meet Michael Jordan." So we drive up, and I'm like, "Say hello," and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And so we slow down. He starts talking to her, and I said, "Michael, I don't know if you remember, but I'm the Carolina Classic with the green stick on it, and I almost hit you 2 years ago. If you remember that." He goes, "Yeah, do you learn how to drive a boat now?" So,
Oh my God.
and then he asked Anna if she wanted to go to Secrets.
Did she
And she goes, she was so nervous. She didn't know what she goes, "Oh, we got to go back to the Pines."
What?
And
I'm like,
Why didn't
oh
you
my
go? I'm gonna
God.
bust her for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It was,
So you could have wanted Michael Jordan at Secrets.
it was,
That
it
would've
was
been
her
cool.
regretful moment of, she goes, "Why did I say the Pine? He doesn't even know what the Pines is."
Right. She just said something. Yeah.
I can't believe that.
That's funny.
That was funny.
Dude, it's Jim Bugg is the big eye king though. I learned a lot of big eye tactics from Jim Bugg.
Well,
Mainly,
you fished a lot with him, right?
yeah.
I need to get back
Back in
on
the
him
day?
though. We've had some heartbreakers in the last couple of years. So.
Yeah, I know. It's been a hard fishing though, man.
Yep.
It hadn't been that great of fishing. This year seems like it's turned
Hunting
on.
Fields is in the game.
Who is?
Hunting Fields.
Oh, that's my dad, probably.
Yep.
Or my
he's
mom.
In the game. What's up, guys? We still got like 17 or 18 people in here, so like I said, some of them just can't chat, but that's okay. They're
Who
tuning
can't
in,
chat?
they're hanging out. Anyone watching on a TV
Oh yeah,
doesn't have a
this is what
keyboard.
you've been talking about.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They don't have a keyboard, that's all. But it's okay. They're watching, they're hanging out. Is
Finally
that the
feels
Jim
like
Bugg?
summer.
That's him.
Finally
That's the
feels like
legend.
summer.
It's beautiful out here. It's beautiful.
We got our Sunset. Keeps your beverage cold. Thank you, Sunset Grill.
Yeah, those cups are awesome. They really are. And yeah, Anna and Trent are down there inspecting the investigator. I mean,
What do you got
the
going
investigator,
That's
instigator.
I think Friday or Saturday. Was that, yeah.
I don't know if I'll lose the Starlink if I go that far or not.
Friday. It's probably gonna be too rough.
We want to, but it's looking sloppy.
I think Barbie's going Friday afternoon. And
Maybe
That's
we'll
an
do-
idea.
Maybe we'll do that. We can do something.
Friday
it'd be a
afternoon?
good night to, if you've got
I wanna
the
catch a
room
big
and the
eye,
fish
man.
to stay over, you know.
Oh, that's an even better idea. But you
I
got a
wanna
trip
catch
for
a big eye,
Saturday
man.
too.
Like I was happy with that limit, but I like really had in my head yesterday I was gonna catch a big eye.
That plane going.
Problem right now is I don't know if you're going to get one of the boat in Washington. The sharks are so
I
thick.
wasn't there. Though.
Oh yeah,
I was marking
I
them.
forgot the sharks
Outside
are
the
kind of
unit.
thick.
Well, the fish are there.
That's a
but
problem
I just don't
too.
know if you're gonna
Trying to get a
one
big
of
eye to the boat.
With the sharks.
Yeah.
They're that bad. I
Yeah.
did see quite a few sharks down there.
Hey, Gunner.
We got it. Jim Bugg's got a call.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna go down here for a second. I think the Starlink still reaches fine.
Yeah, but some kid with
There's the instigator.
Heck yeah, man, you got a nice mane on
And
you.
this is our neighbors.
Yeah.
That.
The
You as well, Anna.
Anna Curran. Cool.
Henry
Yeah,
Jane,
your parents have done
instigator.
their business.
They killed it.
This is the end of the E dock here.
Yeah.
We're hanging out.
And then you
We're
like came back and you're
vibing.
like, wow, this is like
Just
a
bringing you
business
guys-
that everybody
Bringing you
loves.
guys along for a night in the marina.
What's he saying?
So it was like
Nobody's saying nothing.
Your dad's
We're just hanging out.
Okay.
What were you saying?
I'm just saying we're hanging out. I was showing them the vibes of the marina.
relaxing,
This is
man.
what it's like to hang out at an E dock. They got the weapon dialed and ready to rock, and we're all just
It's stinky.
we're all just hanging
Weapons
out.
dialed, but it's stinky.
Yeah, just a little stinky, but it looks all right. We'll get it right.
Alex,
Got a couple days before the next trip.
where's Killer Cam?
Yeah, where is Alex? Get in here.
He's in Cambridge.
And literally like upstairs.
Please give us something to food.
Are you serious?
I feel like it does look pretty clean though from here.
Company that you like buying from, that's what you want to hear how it
That
started.
up above, Taylor,
And you want to buy from someone.
up
Yeah.
above the rod holder. I see that blood up there.
Up above the rod holders, there's still some blood.
If you like on the top, you can go down and show them like underneath, like you'll see it underneath the console, like right on the above the rod. There's a bunch of blood up there.
Oh, up there.
Can't see it from there.
Yeah. Jim Bugg's gonna head out. I don't know where the blood is, but I know there was a bunch of it all over the boat. But what's up, guys? How you liking the IRL streams over here? I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Big Paint in the house. What's up, Big Paint? Big Paint's in the house. But you know, the fish are here, guys.
I haven't looked at it
Fish
today.
are here, and we're stoked. Summer's here. It finally feels like summer. We're at the dock, vibing, hanging out, doing some little odds and ends around the boat.
People going Friday.
Sounds like everybody's going Saturday, but
But there's going to be a
we may
zillion
even
boats out there
poke
Saturday.
out Friday. But yeah, Saturday will be a parking lot. That's what everybody's saying.
Good for what ails you.
Yep.
Great, right?
Seems like
But there's plenty of water to fish between the Poor Man's and the Washington.
Love you guys. I'm at.
See you
outta
guys.
here.
Thank you,
My day
Anna.
too. Oh my god.
We'll
I'm
see ya.
excited.
See ya.
Thanks for
So
stopping by,
sweet.
Jim
See you,
Bugg and
Jessica.
Anna.
Bye, guys.
See ya. Little guest appearance there
Yeah, that was cool.
on E-Dock,
I like that.
the old E-Dock crew. And there's some
Bugg's
other
the
cool
mayor.
people on E-Dock too.
Oh yeah,
Is that he's got a boat down there?
yeah.
Yeah, the magic
Magic
moment.
moment. I've known Jim Bugg
It's like
for
that
a long
old
time.
song, this magic moment.
When I
You know,
first
he's
met
that
him,
old.
that's how.
How old
like,
is he?
He's pretty old. That's how I first met him. He was out there fishing, and it was me and Josh on a center console, and he kept calling Mark on the Marley. He's like, Mark, Jim on the magic moment, and he was just like saying magic moment. Like that's all I heard all day was like magic moment. I kept going this magic moment.
On the radio?
Yeah, and he's like, who is this? And I wouldn't tell him who it was. I just keep saying it.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's like trolling before the internet.
Where's Phil at when you fucking need him?
I bet you, I wouldn't be
trap is
surprised
set.
if somebody stream snipes us. Like if somebody that's a fan shows up knowing we're here.
Stream snipes? Is
That's
that
what it's called when like people have like a
Yeah.
lot of followers.
What's it called when you're not actually alive, not non-player
Oh,
person?
it's just not IRL.
NPC.
Like
Yeah.
NPC, yeah. Oh, that's when you don't have a brain, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
That's what I
um,
call like idiots. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
he's NPC.
NPCs, yeah. But no, IRL
He
is
was
what we're
put
doing
here
right
to be
now.
an idiot, you know?
Yeah. Just a robot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where the fuck was
What's
Dennis?
up,
He got
guys?
abducted by
Yeah,
aliens.
Dennis,
dude.
where you at? It is 7:24.
He's like, I told you to tell me you were fucking streaming, motherfucker. Gets so
I know,
mad
he's
about
funny.
it.
There's some neighbors. I shouldn't film them without asking them, but
What?
I was just saying I shouldn't film without asking.
You
but
have no
we're
shame, dude.
live.
You don't
yeah.
fucking- you
I
go
have
up
no
on-
shame in my game. I'll pull up on your grill.
He will. He'll pull up, start filming. He don't give a fuck.
I really don't, for the most part.
I've never heard of Ask Anybody.
I mean, dude, you should know by now. If you come around always bent, you're getting filmed a little.
Yeah.
Are y'all fishing Saturday? Yep, we are. I mean, we're gonna try to fish Friday and Saturday, but it just depends on the weather and everything else.
Whether or not the weather cooperates.
The stars have to align for us to send. But when they do, we're always ready.
Yeah,
Let's just hope these fish stick around, man. What are you thinking? I mean, they're here for summer. That's your call? Your prediction?
I think they're gonna be here for a little bit. I think
Or at least for a little bit?
New York's still got jack shit. So
Yeah, I know it's tough still up there. That one guy,
I think
that,
they're gonna be salivating this year, like I've been saying.
who's that guy? I think it's OBX Fish Hunt. Or
Yeah.
He's pretty well
Captain
respected in
Jim.
the fishing world.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still catching flukes, so I know if
Yeah,
he's not
he's been-
catching tuna,
yeah.
it's rough up there.
Right.
And he said that. He was like, I'm jealous, man. You guys got the fish right now.
I mean, I think that's how it's gonna be this year, man. I think we're gonna have them better than they have it. That water may leak up to the Norfolk. It's
Right.
going north, you know.
Or you mean the Toms or the Hudson?
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Norfolk, it might already be.
Already been.
Already been, yeah.
B.
Already passed
Virginia
through.
Beach tuna tournaments this weekend. Everyone's worked up. They're like, oh, they're thinking about all running up to the Washington.
What's the furthest they can go? The Washington?
The northeast corner of the Washington.
So that's where they're probably all going to go.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know.
That's why-
There's still fish there.
That's
but I
why
mean,
it's going to be real crowded, though.
Yeah.
Some of that, plus all these weekend warriors, plus,
yeah,
just
there's still
anybody
fish
on
there,
a
but they got
Saturday.
that break. That break's like moving, you know. And I mean,
Yeah, you
that's
think it's
a big
moving
deal.
north?
It has been, dude.
I think so, too.
It has been. The bite's been steadily moving north. Like it was started down. We found them below the Washington 650,
Yeah.
and it's been steadily creeping
And
north.
you can see on our app, like, the commercial
yeah.
fishing guys are
Yeah.
following the trend, too. Like, you'll see the gear that's been set, and once it moves, you can see they're moving it north.
Yeah.
Like, or from what I see.
I've been seeing
and
that
the
same.
hotspot tracker shows it too. Like the hotspots kind of shifted north.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. And,
And
for
that's
those
like
of you that have
so,
checked out
which
the
is
app,
crazy because traditionally our water was like on like to the south. It got absorbed back by the Gulf Stream to the south. You know, like
Yeah.
not
It
to
is
the north like that.
very
you know,
different
it's weird,
this year.
man. But
Very
they're in here
different.
because there's a lot of bait. You know, there's a ton of bait out there.
Well, that's what I was telling one of our other members I was talking to was, you know, the one trip we went on, that was a long time ago, like April or something. We poked
talked-
around.
you
There
know,
was bait in the Washington. We were marking the heck out of bait. And you said, the bait's here, so all we need is an eddy to bring these fish
Yeah.
in to find the bait, and they'll stay. And it seems like that's what's happened.
Yeah, it's
That
bait. We've had the most.
It's on our YouTube video.
It's the most bait I've freaking seen in a long time out there, man.
Yeah.
You're steadily marking it. There's a lot of birds around. There's a lot
And
of
their
life
bellies
out
were
there.
full, right?
Yeah,
like,
dude, they were
Alex
eating these-
opened one, or someone opened one.
I mean, dude, I got the joy of cleaning the day-old fish box with a bunch of fucking thrown up fucking bait.
Yeah.
I know
all kinds
exactly
of
what
stuff.
they're eating. They're eating these little tiny fucking minnows. They're tiny
Yeah.
little minnows, little crack minnows. But last
Well-
year, they weren't biting. But they're eating the same thing they were eating last year. But they're crushing this year.
And
You
that's
know
probably
why?
why the sea
That
witches
just tells
work
you,
well.
like, it's just a lot more around. You know, like maybe the ones we were seeing last year on the surface, they were just sunning, moving. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this year, they're a
Way
lot
different
around,
than
man.
last year,
Yeah.
man. I know that much. Way different than last
I mean,
year.
when we can't, yesterday, we couldn't even get I don't think, once we got our first bite, we couldn't get the whole spread out the rest of the day until about, you know, the last cover up. You know, before the last cover up, there's like a little lull, you know,
Yeah.
say about an hour lull. And then after that, we got that cover up. That was the only time we got our whole spread back in the water. It was that good a fisher.
Galaxy Magma said, are they pushing into the poor man's yet? Probably working.
They were
that
already
way.
in the poor man's this year. They were in their poor man's. We got them. They've been up. I'm probably still there. You know, I don't know, but
And actually, Kern, would you mind holding this thing for a minute if I sit, and I'll still be able to read the chat?
I just sit down.
You could even sit. You can still sit
The
on the
sun got
ground
me
because you're gonna
today.
have to hold it
yeah,
still.
dude. He went and sat on the beach for a couple hours.
Literally
Back in
wrecked.
town.
First serious sunburn of like the summer.
What are you getting?
Something sitting up like this.
Did you stick that in there?
Nope. But I found it in there earlier.
You know it was there. That's
Yeah, I knew it was there. All right, let me know. Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
We're solid.
All right, cool. So yeah, we were saying. Oh, let me finish reading these chats. Okay. Last Friday had squidding, mackerel, and whiting in my live well, and no tuna here in New York. Not even a bass, but the bait's here too. Wow. Blue Water Bites, pretty work this week. Thanks, buddy. That's James on,
Is that-
on 23 CV that gave us numbers the one day
Who's
during
Blue
the
Water?
tournament.
Oh, that's Evan.
No, Blue
Blue
Water.
Water, I thought-
That's Blue Water
Okay.
Pursuits
Gotcha,
Media.
gotcha,
It's
okay.
confusing. But Blue Water Bites is New Jersey James that has the 32 CV.
Okay. He was
And,
out there. He told
for
us.
tunas
to
and
fish it.
tiaras,
okay.
yeah, he encouraged us to go north, and we did end up catching fish to the north, which was cool.
Yeah.
So, thanks again, Blue Water Bites, James. But yeah, and then our buddy Evan is also awesome though. He's Blue Water Pursuits Media. We've reposted him here recently and before.
Yeah, he
But,
got the drone shot of us, right?
He got,
you got it too, though.
I got one. The one we posted was the one I filmed, but he got some killer drone shots too. And he had his big camera with his long lens out at the circle down there when you guys were coming in. So he got shots that way too. And he took the shots on the dock with the fish. But he's the man, Evan. Go follow his page. You know, he's
That's
the man.
cool. Okay.
Yeah. And he mates on a sea hunter out of the fishing center.
Yeah, I saw that the
So
other day.
he'll
They
be
posted. Somebody
fishing with
posted them coming through the inlet. I saw that.
Sea hunter
video.
did. Yep.
Yeah, Sea
And,
Hunter did. Yeah.
And they posted ours too. That's what's really cool about Sea Hunter. Eddie, the guy that's
Yeah,
one
big
of the
shout
part
out
owners.
to Sea Hunter, man.
And,
They're
yeah.
awesome. Like
I
the
mean-
guys there, they're so helpful. Like you can call them too.
And
Or, like, and talk to
he
them.
keeps up with the people who own Sea Hunters and send it hard. Like, I mean, if you own, it probably keeps up with all of them.
I mean,
but,
dude, I've heard nothing but good things about any Sea Hunter owners ever. Always like
Yep.
the customer
And they always
service is
mention
bar
Eddie.
none. You know what I mean?
And
Eddie. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
who I talked to.
Team Sea Hunter, but I'm sure he also has something to do with the Sea Hunter account too. But they both always repost our stuff, and like most of the guys, like I said, if you have a Sea Hunter and are killer and catching
Yeah,
fish
send
all
them
the
stuff.
time,
They'll
I feel like they
repost it.
love seeing their boats pushed to the limit. You know?
Yeah, they
Like,
do, man.
I'm sure that's
I
how
mean,
I'd
here's
be
a
if I
story.
created
We
boats.
were at Tunas and Tiaras. We passed every single boat in the fleet
Yeah,
going out that morning.
was
We
crazy.
got a late start.
Passed one boat twice.
Yeah, yeah. I was
'Cause we
like,
changed course.
Changed course. I was like, God, this guy's gotta think I'm an idiot. But I
Like,
changed
this
my
boat
decision.
passed me twice. But no, that was yeah, awesome. It's nice in those tournaments, especially when it's calm, to have the run and gun capability with the Sea
I
Hunter.
mean,
like,
it was
boogie.
there was no wind, but there was a nice, it was a
little
decent
swell.
swell, like probably
2
2-3 foot swell.
Yeah, 2 to 4 most. But
Nice
was
enough,
fun.
nice to see Hunter just to
yeah,
crush
nice
it up.
enough to open it up
Yeah.
a little. But yeah, the drone shots were awesome, and that we got a bunch of content coming on the YouTube side
Oh
of
yeah,
things.
I got so much
We got
footage
the
yesterday.
pre-fishing of tunas and tiaras that Thursday. Me, him, and Alex only killed 3, and we were like, we're gonna leave the rest for the tournament, and we don't need more meat. Like,
And we
this
had to
is good.
go back and sign up that day. That was registrations that
Yeah,
day, so
yeah.
I had to get in, fill the boat
We
up.
left at like 10:30,
So we didn't
11.
even fish very long.
No.
Yeah.
And then, but I have some content from it that I'm gonna put with the tunas and tiaras, which was the next day, that Friday, and that was awesome. The girls got 5 fish for the 5 girls, so that was perfect. And I got some good content from that. And then, yeah, this trip that Jeff, the one I missed, that was epic. How it
I
always
called
goes.
him so many
but
times. I was like,
We're gonna
"Taylor."
have more, dude. That was I don't even want to relive that story.
And then he told me
Basically
his
just
tire
waking
was
up
flat.
late
I was like, dude.
to a flat tire.
I was like, bro. I was like, I would have waited for you. We still were
But
there.
somebody
like-
would have had to come and pick me up because I couldn't really fix it at 3 in the morning or 2 in the
Yeah.
morning, and it was just. I was like, I'm getting back in bed. I'm not holding these guys up. I'm not dealing with this. And it all
That's
worked
fine.
out.
Yeah,
You
it's
guys
all
got
good.
your limit, and I got some 6 shots.
Yeah.
Come
It would have
coming
been nice
in.
to
and-
kill 3 more fish.
Yeah, but like you said, like if the fishing
It's a
stays
lot.
this red
It
hot,
is
it's a lot of
sorry.
meat.
It is a lot of meat.
It's a lot of work.
Because like we got in yesterday and it's steady, straight up 2 hours of freaking hour and a half at least of
Yeah.
extra work.
Cleaning the fish and the boat and
yeah,
the fish box.
Yeah, and
the-
I mean, we didn't even do all of it. You
Yeah.
know, it was like, I mean, the boat looks good now, but it was not all looking. It wasn't looking good when I got here.
And I
so,
think, like you said too, you know, as moving forward, especially if it stays hot like this, we'll be able to do, like you said, we'll put a solid 6 or 8 fish in the fish box.
dude,
and we'll
we're
switch over to
sending.
light tackle.
We told
or
you
we'll
guys
switch over
soon.
to-
We're sending Taylor out on a kayak in the whales.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that too. Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna-
taking a kayak
No
out.
way,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna drop it off the side once we get out there in the canyon, like in the whales, in the tuna, and then have a rod with me. Even if we have to hook it on the boat and then pass me the rod in the
No,
kayak,
you're
but I
hooking
want
it
to
out
try
there.
to hook it from the
You're gonna
kayak.
hook it
That's
out
my
there,
goal.
dude.
It would be awesome.
That'd
It'd
be the
awesome.
coolest shit
That's
ever,
my
dude.
goal. I'm just gonna wear a bathing suit, a life jacket, and that's it, and a GoPro, and then just have and a belt, a harness.
It'd
of
be
some
so
kind,
cool, like,
and
because
the rod.
sometimes you get them so fired up, like you get them behind
Dude,
the boat,
like a
have
chunk
like
bite.
Alex jump in and spear one.
Oh, that's what I was saying too. Would be awesome. If
Oh,
Alex
you get them
jumped in
real
and speared
fire, dude.
one.
We had the big in the white marlin. We had the big eyes behind the boat, dude. Straight up behind the boat, dude.
That'd be so.
It was fucking
And, like,
wild.
Another thing, even though that one guy out of Jersey, Rosetto, shout out to him, give him credit, he did it first, but I want to do it too, is with any of us, releasing one, hold it like this and jump in with it. Like, I'm sure you've seen that clip of him doing it, but it would just be a funny clip to get again, like,
Yeah, like we
off the front of the boat,
like we
like
said
diving
last
in
year.
with it.
Phil said he was gonna wear a Santa thong
Yeah,
and
or
fucking and jump and hand. He's like, I'm gonna fucking wear it. He's like, you buy it for me, I'll wear it. He goes, I'm gonna fucking hand line that motherfucker the entire way in. He's like, when I get him to the surface, he goes, I'm gonna jump on top of him. And like, I was like, dude, no, you're not. He's like, yes, I will, dude. And I believe that he will. I didn't buy the thong, but
hand lining is another one that's on my idea list. Like, there's this company that sells these hand line kits that are pretty cool and not expensive. Like, I might get them to send us one or just buy one. That would be cool. But we got a ton of cool ideas.
yeah, I want
And we
to follow.
just needed the
I
fishing
told
to
him
be
one
good.
day, I was like, I want to follow a school of dolphins
That too.
and just
yeah.
see where they take you. I don't care if it's fish to the end or like see. I just want to see where they go. Like I'm
Right.
not, within reason, you know. I'm not gonna follow them 100 miles, but I'd like to
Yeah.
follow some dolphins for 10 miles. So see what they're doing. See what the dolphins are up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What up, Steve? What up, Mikey? They're just saying hello. What's up, guys? We still got 22 people in here. We're just hanging out on the dock, guys. You know,
Yeah.
talking about some YouTube ideas for this summer. But we've needed the fishing. See, last summer we wanted to do all this stuff, but it was so hard fishing. It was such a grind. Skunk
was such a
trips.
grind,
It was
man.
like when you did catch fish.
Like, even-
I was just grateful.
Even
that we
when me
caught.
and Alex got those limits last summer a couple times, it was a completely different set of scenarios than it is this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the fish were down there in that little piece of water, you know, must have been holding bait, but it wasn't a big piece of water, and it just wasn't. Now it's like a big, steady piece of 72-degree water down there that I guess they're holding these fish, but it's a lot more of it, you know?
Right.
And I feel like
Exactly.
it's just holding a lot more, has the capability to hold a lot more fish than that little thing was gone as quick as it came, you know, last year.
Yep.
So I never got consistent.
And this year, I feel like that big piece that we fished when we ran far just came in and brought a ton of fish with it.
Uh-huh.
And as it moved through our area, even though it didn't come all the way in, it was close enough, and that water was warm enough that as it went south and back and did its thing, I think fish just piled out of there and found that bait,
Yeah.
followed the bait, followed some currents or something. Maybe the salinity push was all the way into the canyons. I mean, I remember looking
Last
at the
year?
salinity shots. No, this year, like
Yeah.
that eddy we ran 115 miles to.
Oh, yeah.
It never made it to the canyons.
No.
But I think it made it close enough that it brought that life in to find the bait that was in the
I
canyon.
think what happened is like that water,
Or something
it got
like
sucked. That water got sucked back into the Gulf Stream, and then, as far as I can see, it started getting kind of spun back out into the Washington, but like more blended, a lot more blended, but spun back up, like pushed the water, got pushed back out, like was getting absorbed by the Gulf Stream, and instead of getting absorbed, it like deflected
Splintered
against
out.
it, yeah, and just
Well, I did-
burst back out.
I
into
did
the
see that
Washington.
also.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, like, or mention, I couldn't tell if it was a cloud interference thing but I think that's what happened. Like you
Yeah.
said, it kind of
Yeah.
collided and
It
broke
did.
apart.
Yeah, 'cause it was a
and that
strong
might have
eddy.
also
It
helped
was
the
a really
fish.
strong eddy, and it didn't want to go back into the Gulf Stream, you know.
Can't get on live. Problem with Wi-Fi. Tell your partner thanks for the heads up. That's Dennis. He texts me. Damn it, Dennis.
What do you say?
Having trouble with his Wi-Fi or something. He hates technology.
He
But
got
tell
me-
your
what is he
partner
mad at
thanks
me?
for the heads up. Yeah.
Tell him I'm sorry. Tell him I got
I mean-
Dennis, I got a proposition. I'm calling you when I leave,
He's
and I
not
got to
in the
talk to you.
live. He texted me.
That
so
motherfucker.
He can't get his Wi-Fi working, but we got yeah, like I said, 22 people hanging out. Are we fishing the MC small boat?
No, but we're fishing the Jimmy
We're
Johnson
fishing-
Quest for the Rings.
Yep,
We got
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, talked to that guy today.
Is there any tips you would give about small boat tuna fishing? Small boat
Tuna
tuna,
fishing.
fishing. Trolling or casting? And if you're
Any
trolling,
tips?
the tips I would say right now from the current trends is ditch your side trackers and run extra meat if you
They
have
were
outriggers.
crushing 'em.
If you have outriggers,
They,
on your
they were
small
crushing
boat.
side trackers last
Oh, they
night.
were?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yesterday our side trackers were getting
Well,
crushed, dude.
And a lot of those little boats need the side trackers.
I
'cause
should
they don't
show
have
you the
outriggers.
video. I got a lot of videos. Like, dude,
That one day though, we pulled them.
dude, our side trackers, they were getting crushed yesterday.
Well, you
But
guys
you know
are
why they
animated.
were getting good? Because they're eating tiny little baits, and we got those small squids on there, and those things
Yeah.
they were loving them, dude. They
I
were
meant to
loving
ask
them.
you that earlier. Where our new spreader bar is
Dude,
doing
crushed, getting crushed,
good. I
yeah.
bet because
Yeah.
we're the only ones I think still with 6-inch squids,
Yeah.
those little squids,
Uh-huh.
and I imagine they'd be getting
I
crushed.
mean, you know how I am. Like, unless it's in the way, I leave it out.
right.
Dude, we get back on troll, and as soon as I get back on troll, the side tracker, zoo, zoo,
Trolling a
zoo.
28-foot sea hunt. So do you have outriggers or no outriggers?
If he's got,
Mikey, good luck.
I'm gonna assume you got outriggers. I mean,
Oh, yeah, Blue Water said all my fish the past week were on trackers, even the blue fins inside. So okay, I take it back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, I
Spoke too soon.
haven't. It hasn't been normal.
He's got outriggers anyways, so whatever then. Yeah, but the side trackers apparently have been getting bit. So tips for small boat fishing, you got the outriggers. I mean,
I would say, it's
What do you
just.
think?
I would say like, get our app. Honestly.
yeah, get our app and just
I
make
hate
sure
to
you're
say
in
it,
the right
man, but
spot.
I honestly, like, I was trying to give you a tip, but it's like, being in the right spot is so important, man.
It's
It doesn't really
everything.
matter what you're running when you're in the right spot.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
These fish are hungry. They're gonna eat whatever when you run them over. So I would say being in the right spot. So I can't really say small boat. Maybe run your side trackers outside your outriggers like we do, but
And advice we always say and give to everyone is get away from the fleet.
get
I mean,
away
you
from.
can help.
But that goes back to buy our app because
Yeah.
we've been able to stay away from boats and catch fish, and it's possible. I know a lot of people think
Yep.
they gotta be in the circle jerk, but you don't have to. You can get
Yep.
outside of it. You can get away from the boats and catch fish.
A lot of times, that's how it goes. We
Yeah.
catch more fish as soon as we get away from the boats. Like
It's-
even
it's-
though the fish are, I'm not saying there's not fish where the boats are. They're catching them, but all that pressure.
I end up
it's like
giving way all the
odds go
time. Like
down.
I just give way all the time to people, and you gotta you can't get work where you want to work, and that's why I'm not a small boat, but I'm kind of close. But that's the thing I don't like working around all those sport fishers. You're at a disadvantage because they got omnis, they got all this other shit, and
You good over there?
you go to your own spot. You don't have to compete against that
You
stuff.
good, Karen?
So I don't know. My biggest advice is being in the right spot.
Yeah.
And being right spot is everything. It's striper fishing, anything.
Yeah, just any fish.
I was holding my phone.
Oh, okay.
That
I was just
back here.
No, I'm just.
You're
It
all
making
looked
sure.
like I was sleeping.
I just don't
had
wanna
my
hold
phone
you
in my-
I knew he was
brother.
good.
Oh, bro, you're
I
good.
yeah, you're.
Yeah, I didn't think you were sleeping. No, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't holding you hostage or you didn't have anywhere to be. But we're only probably going to go another 20 minutes
Yeah,
or
you're
something.
good. You're good.
But yeah, what's up, competitive angler? Hello, Blue Water Bites. When you guys going back out? So probably Saturday for sure.
Yeah.
We're looking at maybe a
I
Friday
mean,
afternoon.
depends on the
mission or-
crew, like what we got going on. I may try to do that Friday night thing. Go
Yeah.
out there with Barbies. That'd be so much
That'd be
fun.
sick, dude.
Yeah.
Especially if we have our crew of guys.
Especially if it got really nice Friday night, we could like
Yeah.
hang out with them. You know.
Fuck yeah.
Once we put the
God, that'd be so awesome.
put a big eye on the boat and then tie up.
Yeah, party.
I don't know how it would be out
Yeah.
there. I'm sure you could like get.
I don't think
I don't
it'll
know.
be too sloppy.
I don't know. We'll see. If it's night, if it's flat calm, I'm sure it wouldn't even.
Oh, Blue Water's got a charter Saturday. He'll be down there. Sweet. So we'll see you out there.
Yeah.
You guys got Starlink, right? Yeah, he does. So, yeah, we'll be in touch, buddy. You already know.
We're definitely going.
I love, like, that's what we always tell you guys too. Like, build yourself a little network. Like, it's been awesome to add a few people here and there to our network too. Like, through even just. I know it's kind of stinks, like if you don't have Starlink, it's kind of hard to join the club without it. Like, because the VHF, you don't want to broadcast your information to anyone that's scanning all channels. But like, that's why Starlink's
Goosey loved
almost
it.
worth
Like,
it.
he's like, you got a radio on this boat? And I'm like, yeah, I don't turn it on ever.
I
mean,
know.
honestly, I don't. It's not like it's not a cool thing. But
yeah, and I tell members like
the
when we
reason
do
why
turn
I
it
don't,
on,
yeah, it's for like I use it for emergencies. I don't use it to broadcast what I'm doing, just because I don't like to be like I got to be held hostage to my radio. And that's
Yeah.
really what it's about. Like, you know, I don't know.
But
It's
I've
hard.
told
It's hard
members
for
if
me.
they let us know the night before and we're definitely fishing the same day, like I will make an effort to pop it on if we're
Or I
catching
still,
fish
yeah, I'll
and
call
put it on
somebody.
88
Like if somebody's
or
like,
80.
hey, you know, let me know what you're doing. If they tell me that, I'll call them.
Right,
I'll turn the
right.
radio on and call them. But
Or what channels do you like when you do turn it on?
I mean,
8 and 88
my
or something like
buddies
that?
are all on 18. I like, and then
18.
they're on. You know, a lot of people are on 68. I like the monitor 68, 18. You know, 88A.
But if you're a member that doesn't have Starlink, you know, you've probably already made me aware, and I know when you're going, and just I know you have the information you need. But just hit us up the day or two before you go, and if we are out there, like I said, I'll make an effort to pop the radio on and give you a holler, or I'll just make sure you have the information you need the night before, and you'll get them. Because if you have the app, you can do it. But either way, for the people who are having trouble
and
with
that's
the
like
app,
we've been telling.
I'm happy to help you.
We've been telling people too. Like we're still like telling people where we're fishing. Our members, you know.
Yeah, no problem for the help, Galaxy. Hunting Fields. Yeah, that's your mom. Say hello to your mom.
Hi, Mom. Love you.
And what's Duffy doing? He's hanging out with us. Is that your brother?
Who?
Duffy? I don't know.
I don't know who's
She
Duffy.
said at your brother. What's Duffy doing? Maybe Greg Duffy to get him down here and fish with us.
Who is that?
It's your mom. Hunting Fields or somebody. Hunting Fields is adding your brother saying, what's DUFFY doing?
I don't know.
Oh well, doesn't matter. But anyways,
Confused.
we're definitely going Saturday, and that Friday night trip will be fun. And yeah, we're stoking,
Dude,
guys.
I'm just
Feels
loving,
like summer.
loving the life down here now. It's starting to feel like summertime.
I'm gonna double check real quick and make sure.
Vibe is in the atmosphere
Yeah.
down here at
Everything's
Sunset
good there, right?
Mariner.
Sweet. Yep. Oh yeah.
And this like breeze coming down this dock, it's getting funneled by these dock boxes. Really driving this breeze right
It
up
feels
our,
nice.
right up our. I mean, my angle, it's like my crotch. Feels
Oh,
great.
Duffy's
you
the
know?
new puppy. Duffy's the new puppy.
I was gonna. That was my
Yeah.
guess, but I wasn't like sure because you were assuming shit. I was like,
Steve Newberry will be out there Saturday. Sweet, man. I think it's going to be a lot of people out there Saturday between the Virginia Beach tournament and then just everybody that has to fish weekends, you know. It'll be crowded, so that's why
I'm
I think
still
it's going to be
gonna find my own
important to
fish.
get away from the fleet.
I'm
Well, that's
still
what I was
finding my
getting
own
at,
fish.
man. That's it.
I'm still gonna go do something different. You know what I mean? Like I know there's fish around, so everyone don't have to be butt fucking.
Andrew Knight, I know you guys stay out of the fleet, but any recommendations on stuff to look for and things to do in prospecting?
Yeah, go watch our YouTube videos. We've gone over that 100 times. now.
Yeah, and I'll give a
I mean,
quick,
but, yeah,
quick
go ahead, sorry.
rundown
Yeah.
of just layman's terms, the most basic thing. You can go watch the YouTube videos, but the main thing is like use your eyeballs, like
Yes.
use your binoculars.
Yes.
If you have radar, use your radar.
Yes.
And look for anything, any sign of life: bird, whale, dolphin, sea turtle, mulla. I mean,
Anything.
obviously those are at the bottom of the totem pole, but
Yeah,
birds
I mean,
mainly.
birds, mammals.
Birds.
Yeah, birds and
Anything
mammals.
that's
Like,
breaching,
yeah.
like,
I mean, you want to.
and then
You see life. There's going to be tuna near life. So that's we preach this. That's why I was surprised about the question because like if you watch
We
any
do.
of our videos, we preach this stuff.
And
like
what else goes hand in hand with that? Contour, the
Yes.
contour, the structure, the map. We always use the line, the contour lines.
I mean,
that we find the sharp
yeah.
ledges, the deep holes.
Yes.
We find all those areas that are good structure.
That's how you're going to find your secondary, your tertiary spots that nobody's in, you know, in a canyon,
And
in an
when
area.
it's so foggy, you can't even see the bow of the boat. How do you think we were finding birds and fish? We were using our radar, chasing blobs, and using the contour, working the structure we could see only on the screen, because you can't see the bob.
He does. He
Can't see the birds. We're literally
Chasing
driving around,
blobs.
chasing blobs on the radar, and occasionally you'd get close enough, you could see a little picker tuna bird in the fog, like.
It's
and
an
then he'd
above water
disappear.
omni, really.
But-
Like that's how we use it.
Yeah,
it's an
we
above
use
water omni, literally, and that
radar.
usually the
Omni
birds,
for birds.
the birds are just about as good as an omni system. I'll tell you that at finding fish.
Yep, they are. They find them. They really do. But yeah, that's our advice.
I've never
is
gotten bit.
Look
I've said this in
for
our
the life,
videos.
Troll towards the life.
I've never gotten bit
Structure.
ever. I've never gotten bit where there's nothing around. You know,
Yeah,
even if like
rarely.
we'll call a blind bite. You know, if you see a couple birds picking here and there and you're not in them,
Yeah.
but there's still birds picking around.
I
You
was
know what I
gonna
mean?
say
Like
the closest I've ever seen to like an actual blind bite we were describing was honestly the other day fishing with the girls for
Yeah,
the
that was
Tierras,
kinda
and
blind.
even
Yeah,
then,
that was-
every
there was
time
still
we
some
got a
pickers.
bite, I saw at least one
and you
picker
know,
bird
right before the end of the
nearby.
day when that Jersey boat hooked those big eyes, those birds and whales all got in there, dude. You see
Yeah,
that at the end of the day? So, I
Yep.
mean, they're
And
They
yeah,
were there.
My
They were
point
there.
was there
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of birds, but when we were getting bites, I would see one or two,
Yes,
and it was
me
not
too, yeah.
coincidence. Like those birds are always with them. And
But he's right. Everything Taylor just said is my tip, recommendation. Anything, you know, go watch a refresher video, maybe in one of our videos where we talk about, you know, how to find these fish, what to look for.
we've got plenty of them.
Yeah.
And then for the guys also asking about the SST help and help with reading altimetry, I'm happy to do that, and I do want to work on more videos or maybe even like a course for members or something, or not course, but like almost like a diagram or instructional like text or something.
He's figured
But
it out pretty good. Like, I mean, he's
there's
probably,
videos
yeah.
already that exist, was what I was going to say.
I
If
mean,
you go back on
you're
YouTube.
a lot of those. Oh, our videos.
Our videos
Yeah,
on
yeah,
YouTube,
yeah.
our videos. I have a couple where we're going through and showing you guys, and you can kind of pick up on at least the way I'm reading the map. Like,
Yeah, maybe we'll do a whole video on SSTs.
Yeah, that's just something that we're not doing during prime time fishing,
Yeah.
you know. So, but if you reach out to me, and I try the members on the website, I do try and give advice and tips and pointers on the daily reports that I update.
Yeah, we're gonna
if
start-
I see something.
Yeah, we're gonna start like, you know, on our reports as well, like mapping the trend. Not only the map, have the trends on our maps, that we're also gonna kind of highlight the trends, you know.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, for
Taylor and I were
sure.
just talking about that. We think that'd be a cool idea. Kind of show you, all right, that this is the trend with the commercial boats are doing. This is what the water's doing. Blah blah blah. Give you a
Yeah, and I'm
summary.
trying to get in the habit too of providing you guys coordinates, because I know like not everybody has coordinates to every single spot, or some people didn't know what the whale hole was, and like just different little things like that. If I'll start trying to use like proper names.
So I was
and
talking to Phil Knapp
coordinates.
about this. Probably could get mad at me, but the other night he was drunk, and I took advantage of him. He knows this because when he's drunk, he tells all. I should do a segment called Phil Tells All,
Yeah.
and like call him when he's drunk one night, and like just. But either way, he's like we were talking about the northeast notches of the canyons, and they're all like that. Any canyon, he calls them elephant trunk canyons. Any canyon that's got an elephant trunk, he's like they all have northeast notches, little notches on them,
Yeah.
and he's like that is where they all the fish, big eyes are in every canyon. He said he thinks it's because of the way the current moves. He's like that's the first obstruction that's stopping that water. He's like
I
the
got a
west
cool
walls.
picture, I'll show you.
He's like the west walls don't obstruct the water because they're like, you know, gradual, but that east wall is a bam, big stopper, and it makes an upwelling there. So it creates an upwelling on those northeast corners of each canyon.
It does. It's crazy. Like, I'm gonna show you this picture that someone sent me asking if they were in the right area, and they were, and I told them they were. But here it is. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's a big
those
area.
northeast
That's a big
notches.
area
Oh, I
where you
know.
just
He
circle, but-
circled a big area. I circled the green one to try and
Yeah.
narrow it down some. But that was just
That
for
the
one
northeast
member.
corner, like the bite's been, and I don't know if you want
They
to show
can't
them
see
that.
this,
Okay.
but where
Yeah,
you
been
can
right
point.
there. like right on that northeast notch.
Yeah.
It's been like a little bit further out this year.
Well, that's what I said. Is so you probably got to go a little deeper,
Yeah.
like over
It's
here.
been on
but
that north.
he was just asking.
That notch. You see this notch? That round
Yeah.
notch on that point? That's where it's been.
Yeah, and that is. I'll just show you guys real quick. It's been right there, but that is subject to change. But
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there yesterday. I was
you
north
were,
of there.
yes. Oh, you were north
Yeah.
of there. Yeah. Okay. But either way, you know, like we were saying.
But it looked good.
It's-
I mean, the whale hole. I started in the whale, the big eye hole.
And our app has pretty good bathymetry as well. Like you can zoom in
that,
on stuff
that green
like that.
map. I've had a couple
That was
people ask me that
Navionics,
green
but-
map. It's meant to be used zoomed in, not out far, guys. So
Yeah.
make sure you're it's meant to be used while you're out
Zoomed
there,
in.
zoomed in, close, not far out.
And then he also mentioned Galaxy Magma said you also got the kids tournament out at Indian River, so there's going to be a crap ton of people out Saturday. Michael Arma said, "What's an Omni?" I don't know if that's sarcastic, but just in case it's not, it's a big, high-tech, $100,000 or however much it costs system. It's a type of sonar, but it comes out from the bottom of the boat, mostly on sporties, pretty much almost only on sporties.
We've
And
actually
it-
we got a hole in my boat. We put
You
Taylor
steer
down
it.
in.
Yeah.
We put Taylor down in there, and we put goggles on him.
And I
He's
look
our
for him.
Omni. He can hold his breath for about 35, 45 seconds, and he looks down.
No, I'm better than Omni.
Yeah, he's like an Omni 2.0.
That's it. But yeah, it's a steerable sonar. It goes down in there and you can steer it, and they find blue marlin, tuna, anything you want with it. And some people say it's cheating. I don't think it's cheating. It's just like the live scope
It takes.
for largemouth bass.
I will say this: it takes away like you looking up. I think.
Yeah, it takes
And-
away a little bit of the looking for life and working the structure
Yeah.
part we're doing but you're just learning
Well,
a
I
new
mean,
skill.
well, here's what I would say: like, if
Or
you're an
different
advanced, like old school captain, and you get Omni,
that's
you're gonna
one
kill
thing.
it because you already know the ocean, you know the water, you know how the slicks look, you know what the break, you know like
Yes.
the edges of the currents and the bathymetry look like. But if you're some schmuck,
That just buys an Omni.
new captain, and you get an Omni because you got money, you aren't ever gonna improve your fishing game from a
Yes.
no, like this is what I want to see perspective.
And that's what people
you know?
say about the live skip for bass fishing. They're saying, like, if you buy this as a beginner and you just go out and smash bass with just live scope and that's all you learn, you're not a complete fisherman and you'll never
No.
make it in a tournament.
Yeah, you're not
because-
going to be able to read different waters.
Yeah,
and-
you're not going to have any of the other skills that you need to be a complete.
Like once you
full
identify
angler.
like what a lump looks like, where you see a upwelling, a current, or like
Working
water, different
structure,
water. You see different water, and
slick.
you know, identify why the water's different in that area.
Yes.
That's when you start getting good at fishing. Identifying like, okay, there's an upwelling here. This water looks different than this water.
Yep.
Why does this water look different?
Andrew Knight, I watch all your videos, but I'm always looking for an edge. I've tried hard for big eyes for 5 years. In our trips, we get 3 golden hours because we do overnighters. We have hooked 3 and lost all 3. How much is the membership? So right now, and actually, you guys, now's the opportunity to get in. It's $99 a month. That is subject to change in the future, but it's not going to change super soon.
Yeah.
But get it now while it's $99 a month, because
I can't see it ever going down.
Yeah, I can't see it ever going below that price.
They're
If
going to just
anything,
add value,
gonna go
continually
up.
add value.
more likely than down. Maybe not soon, but we're gonna try to keep it at 99 for as long as we can.
It may be like that forever because
Yeah.
we've expanded it to the whole East Coast and Gulf. I mean, we had a person join from Michigan today.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I mean-
And that's another thing I can touch on. We're working on the inshore still. We haven't forgot about inshore. We're obviously prime time offshore right now, but we are still working on the inshore. We're gonna have an inshore membership at some point, a different price point, and but it'll be very, very similar, and may even have an app for
It's
the
going,
inshore.
yeah. I think we're gonna do
But,
an app too, kind of similar.
It'll be something
just-
very similar to the offshore setup, but just
More
all
so
about
like the
inshore.
varials, and more so like attuned to our brains for inshore. Like, what do we look for? Okay, we look for this moon cycle, or like we look for this tide. We look for,
Yep.
we always want the bigger tide. We don't want to fish that little tide. You want to try to fish those bigger tides, not the smaller tides of
Yep.
the day.
But
Just
we'll
all
also
stuff like
have-
that, but all leading to an algorithm. To
Yep. And bottom fishing too, though. Like we're gonna have a couple contributors, and they'll, whether you're a flounder guy, a tautog sheep's head guy, even some freshwater stuff. I've got a couple different people in mind that are going to be, contributors and helping that know that stuff and have it dialed, like snakehead fishing and
Uh-huh.
stuff. There's a couple different people that, the inshore will be well worth it, and something to keep an eye out if you're an inshore guy.
Yeah, I mean, even like nearshore.
We
I
didn't
think
forget about the
our
inshore
app,
guys.
our app will work nearshore.
Oh,
I mean,
for ocean nearshore,
Yeah.
you still the 99 is
Cobia.
worth it for that.
like
because
I mean,
report
I
on
went
that.
through in the jack spot on the way in from the Washington yesterday, and I didn't stop because we had a limit and I wanted to get in.
Yeah.
I honestly wanted to
Look at it
show.
look
I really
juicy.
wanted to like put a point. Like I'm here early, bitches. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm here early.
Heck yeah.
But either way, dude, loaded with birds. I know the cobias are there. I mean, if
Oh,
somebody
man.
gets the chance, please go check the jack spot. I may even soon. But I guarantee you go catch a cobia
Maybe our
right
Friday
now.
afternoon trip on the way
Yeah.
out.
Yes,
Or
honestly,
something before
dude. Yes,
sunset, you
yes.
know, or like stop at 3 in
Dude,
the afternoon.
I'm
at
almost
the-
100%. I almost bet
spot.
my life. I almost bet my life that you
You
can
can
catch a
get a
cobia
cobia.
right now. There.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just it's awesome. We got a lot of big stuff coming, and we can't thank you guys all enough for all the
Yes,
support.
thank you guys for
tuning
the
into the
support.
live
I mean, this
streams,
is-
joining the
It's
memberships.
all happening so fast, and please, you guys don't want to miss this membership, man. Like, if you all the people asking questions, like I've just.
Yeah, and get in early. It's only going to get
Yeah,
better. It's only going to get better. There's going to be more and more
I
tools
mean, just the
offered,
long
more and
line
more
gear
resources.
data is invaluable, and it really just shows you the progression of like what's going on, you know, each day.
Yeah, and like I was saying too, in the report or somewhere I was telling our members how, you know, recently it had been foggy or overcast the last 3 or 4 days. We had no good shots to work off of, hardly
Yeah,
any.
nothing.
And guess what?
Hey,
our
our
app
app, yeah.
was using the algorithm, the AI in the last 10 days of data, commercial fishing, SST
Good fucking
anomalies,
point.
everything,
Yeah.
and still was predicting exactly where the hotspots would be. And guess what? It was dead on.
It was right again.
saying right between the Poor Man's and the Washington.
And
It was a
shabam,
big bubble.
guess where I was
That's where the
yesterday?
hotspot was.
Between the Poor Man's and the Washington.
What do you know? So it's like,
And I didn't see a shot. I had the same information as everybody else. I didn't see any satellite shots. I looked at my app. I swear
Right.
to God, I straight up looked at it. I was like, all right, I know where I'm going.
and that's a good feeling to know, you know, especially you worked really hard building
Yeah,
it.
I did.
so-
I really worked hard. And I mean, it's
and
going
it's
to get
nowhere
nothing
near
better.
done.
No, it's
but
never going to be done.
Great
you
to know it's functioning as is.
Yeah,
and,
it really is.
Especially, yeah.
Great to see
on
working
the
for people.
fish.
You know, I already had people, telling us, man, your app's on point, working. So
Yep. And it knows where the fish are is the best part.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Because, you know, the skeptic in me is like, I don't trust that damn AI, but
Yeah.
it's on point,
I mean,
man.
dude, it's kind of like I program my own logic in it. You know,
Yeah.
That's what I was doing the last couple of years. Commercial long line boats, SST shots, chlorophyll shots, matching that shit up. I'm like, if I find all those conditions, I know I'm gonna find fish. You know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they do this shit for a living. They're like the birds. That's why. You know what I mean? The longliners are like the birds. Like they're not gonna lie.
Yeah, they got to catch it for their
Yeah.
living. They got to literally put food on the table, like for them and for people that buy it at the fish market. So
Right.
they're definitely on the meat. You guys still carry an inReach. We have Starlink, so we do not carry an inReach.
just a emergency beacon and a Starlink now.
Yeah, we've got the EPIRB, our emergency beacon,
Yeah.
and we've got the Starlink. We have the VHF. We talked about this
I don't
earlier.
think there's
we
a
just don't
reason
use
for an
it
inReach now.
as
I mean,
often. No, the inReach is kind of pointless because
if
we
you have
can
an
text
EPIRB,
with.
if you
well,
have an EPIRB, there's no reason to have an inReach in my
you can
opinion. If
only
you have the
text
Starlink.
with iMessage on Starlink, but you could get on any other app that uses internet.
Yeah, I
and
still talk to
message.
guys that
Like-
don't have it. I just use like Facebook or Snapchat.
And actually,
you know what
I should put out a poll or ask you guys. I mean, there's not a whole lot of people participating in the chat, but like, what is your preferred app of choice for messaging if you're not
Offshore,
using iMessage or just in general social media?
Dude,
like,
it would be
is it
sick
Facebook
to make a
Messenger?
freaking little
is it
messenger
Signal?
app, like,
is it Telegram?
Bro, I already got the idea.
Dude, we can make a Telegram group.
Yeah,
We can make a
no,
Discord
we can make our own
group.
freaking app for fit this.
Or
dude.
our own, yeah.
Dude, like
but-
that seat, like that sailing app. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You ever heard of that?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Dude,
but, like,
it's freaking wild.
but they have apps also like Discord, Telegram, Signal, where you can make group chats and rooms and like have people have, you know, memberships and all that stuff.
We could do
where
that.
we can
I don't think it'd be
communicate
that hard to make
offshore.
like a messenger, dude.
It
Like
wouldn't.
a little messenger
Or
app.
almost like a Snapchat type thing.
Not even that
or a
crazy.
mixture
Just
of,
like a messenger app. Just like a simple freaking platform, like where you just have like a dashboard and it
like
just shows
end-to-end
everybody
encrypted
talking in it.
messaging.
You know
Or it
what
doesn't
I
even
mean?
have to be encrypted, but yeah, that would be cool. We're gonna work on that, but yeah, that is the next thing.
That
Is
is a
like
great idea.
Starlink and communication offshore, but
Yeah, I mean
But it's nice
that is like the
being
only
able to
way is
Snapchat a
like
buddy.
no like not knowing where to contact somebody if you can't snap, if you can't
You can't.
message
You don't
them.
have Starlink. It's like, and then even then, like when I was trying, Evan's Starlink was
Well,
on
like
the
Chris
fritz.
Little, I always try to talk to Chris Little, and we can never get a hold of each other out there because he never looks at his Facebook.
And he
and
has
he
an
has-
Android.
and he has an
So he
Android.
doesn't have iMessage.
Yeah.
So he can't text with
No.
Starlink at all.
No,
has to use
now he's been
Messenger,
looking at his Facebook,
Snapchat.
but I have to tell him every year, and it's just annoying. I'm like, look at your Facebook.
Yeah, and it's like, well, Evan, when his Starlink was on the fritz, I was trying to reach him on the radio, but we were just a little too far away, so he could hear me calling out for him. But when he responded, we never heard him.
No.
So it's like stuff like that can happen with the VHF, and it is what it is.
Mine does
but
work pretty good. Like I can hear
Yeah.
people far away.
It does.
Mine.
I'm excited, dude. I can't wait to fish. I'm stoked Curran's in town. Maybe
Yeah, me
if we
too.
go
Trent's
Friday,
coming. Hopefully he's coming with
he'll
us
be able to
Friday.
make it. He stays
Yeah, we'll
down.
see. We'll see. I'd like to. I'm not sure what my plan on Friday is looking like. I might be going to a concert with my dad, I think, at
That
that
sounds
time.
hard
But
though. Who you guys
Well,
seeing?
some like Kingfish, some like bluesy guitar player, I
Still
think.
sounds cool.
He
Yeah.
brought it up. I haven't. I
Pretty
got to
cool.
run it by him again. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really rushing
I'm
too much to
sure
go
if-
back on the other side of the
Rush
bridge.
slowly,
It's
bro.
like,
Yeah,
dude,
stay
I
on
know,
it.
I know. It's like prime season today. After how sunny it was today and getting
Oh
in
my
the
God,
salt
dude.
water, I'm like,
It feels
dude,
so
fuck.
good, dude.
I know.
Today.
What
I don't even want to
Starlink
leave.
do we
now.
have? The Mini?
I don't know. Show them so we don't.
Here, yeah, I'll show you guys. Yeah, here, I'll give you a break too, Curran.
No, dude, I'm
But thank you, I appreciate it too.
We're almost done, aren't we? What time is it? It's
One more shout out to Curran. Oh, it's 8. It's
Oh, yeah.
8:02. But I'll show you guys the Starlink we have. Steve Newberry, I don't do social media. We'll probably look into Starlink sometime in the future. Yeah, even social media aside, the Starlink's crucial just for communication. Like,
Oh, yeah.
but I guess you do, if you don't have an iPhone, you got to use social media app of some kind, or Telegram or Signal Messenger. But there's our Starlink up here on the roof. That's her. I don't know if that doesn't look mini to me, but maybe it's mini. I think the mini's the one you have at the house on that little
I
tripod.
don't think
This
that's
one's
the
big. Yeah, this
Like,
one's
but
not the
I've
mini.
been telling people to get the mini.
The mini's probably all you need, especially if you're not going to be doing social media and stuff. Like, I mean, we're live streaming right now to you all from the Starlink because Sunset's Wi-Fi doesn't reach the boat, and my hotspot's not quite strong enough. So we're using the Starlink, and I haven't had any complaints about the quality of the audio or the stream. So
It still stinks on this boat.
seems great. Yeah, I smell it a little bit.
Yeah, I told you.
But yeah, we really appreciate everyone tuning in. We still got 23 people in here. I mean, we're kind of just hanging out. We don't, but I am gonna wrap it up soon, is what I was getting at. I mean, I want to stay on here with you guys, and I'll show you around the marina a little bit. But if anybody else has any questions about anything, now's your time to ask. Big beautiful yacht over there. There's the back end of the Instigator there. I love that tent or canvas canopy on the back there, the bimini top thing, showing the shade. And you got the tender dinghy for the yacht. And then you got old D-Dock over there, some people hanging out. I wonder if I can zoom on this. Oh yeah, I can. What's up, guys? We're right next to your cousin's boat? Are we really? Is your cousin's boat Henry Jane right here, or is it this one here? You have to tell them to say what's up. We've introduced ourselves a few times to the neighbors, but
Yeah.
just the different neighbor boats. But somebody in the live chat said their cousin is our neighbor. I said, is
really?
it Henry Jane, or what's this one again?
God, I just saw they went fishing yesterday the other day. I just talked to them.
But yeah, I just realized too that whole time. I mean, I still needed my phone because Kern was holding it, but the chats do pop up right on the screen here.
Hey, do they?
Yeah, so you just
Hey, know
can't
what?
do it
You
in
learn-
selfie mode, I
you learn
guess.
things every day, huh?
Yep, you learn something new every day. Bloodline right behind. I don't know if it's left or right. Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bloodline's directly behind us. Yeah. Okay. We've met those guys. Yeah, we met them.
Oh yeah, I talked to him.
Yeah, we
a while
talked to
ago,
him.
before the fishing season started.
But it's a
I
nice
haven't seen that
sunset.
since.
Beautiful night in the marina. It really is.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it back to Snow Hill in a second.
Oh yeah, I know. We're about to wrap up here. We're pretty much done. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. One more look around the marina real quick. Appreciate everyone tuning in. All you guys that are members, I'm so stoked for the future. I've always been, and like everything coming, man. You guys that are in early, I know it's gonna be hella worth it. But not only are you getting all that intel and everything, you're supporting us, man. We're chasing our dreams. Like, you know, we're doing this full time. Like, as long as we can. I work a little part-time job, but for the most part, this is our full-time gig now, and that's just a portion of what helps us. Subscribe to the YouTube, obviously. Tune into the live stream, commenting, you know, any of the social media, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff helps, of course. Mainly subscribing and turning on your notifications, hitting that like button. But yeah, if you're someone that fishes hard like we do and you want to get an edge, definitely join the membership, man. It's gonna be so worth it in the long run. It's already worth it, because if you're spending that much money in fuel to go out to the canyon, why not guarantee you're gonna be in the right spot and know you're on the fish for an extra 99 bucks for a month? Like, that's only $1,200 for a year if you do it the whole year. You know, we're gonna fish year round and chase bluefin, so we'll be reporting on bluefin and using the app for that. But you could certainly shut it off in the fall or the spring, turn it back on. But for $1,200 a year, well worth it to not only know where the fish are going to be, but build a network with other captains and anglers that are senders and killers like we are, down to send it, down to make the run, down to make the long haul, down to send it in the rougher conditions if we know the bite's hot. Hey guys, hit me up if you need any maintenance, boat repairs. Shore Sharp. All right, I'm going to remember that. We did find a mechanic that helped us out that was pretty darn good. But Shore Sharp, I'll remember that. Appreciate you. But yeah, that was a 70-minute stream here. We got a couple little loose ends to tie up here on the boat. And yeah, again, appreciate everyone tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll try and go live on the Friday or Saturday trip. We'll see. We'll see.
Fishing stays like this, we will.
Hey, yeah, we'll definitely be going live. Fishing stays like it is, man. But all right, guys, have a good night. We're stoked. Peace.
Stay bad.
Stay bent.